Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Kingdom Hearts Final Mix 100% guide. We're finally heading over to Merlin's book that had the torn pages. Now that we've gone to all the different worlds and collected the different torn pages from each world, as well as getting the reward from the 101 Dalmatians for returning enough puppies, we can actually completely complete the 100 Acre Wood in the next 2 episodes. So, yeah, Merlin's book is actually Winnie the Pooh's storybook. I'm gonna just pause for a cute cutscene with Pooh Bear. Talk to you afterwards.
Think, 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 think.
Hi there. What's wrong?
Nothing. Just thinking.
Oh,
I was thinking of how to say goodbye to Pooh.
Pooh?
Yes?
Wait a second. You're Pooh?
Yes, I'm Winnie the Pooh. Pooh for short. Who are you?
I'm Sora.
Oh, hello, Sora. Have you come to say goodbye to Pooh, too?
Well, no. Why would I do that? We've only just met.
Because everyone's gone away.
What do you mean?
Well, we all lived here in the 100 Acre Wood, and we'd take walks together, or play Pooh sticks. And every day, I'd eat some honey. Just one small smackerel would taste very good right now. But now, everyone is gone. All my friends, and my favorite honey tree, too. Everyone must have gone away while I was napping, I think. So, who knows? Maybe I shall end up going away somewhere as well. But I wonder, how do I say goodbye to myself?
You are always asking the most deepest of philosophical questions, Pooh Bear.
Oh, my tumbly is getting rather rumbly.
Like, do we have to truly know oneself to even greet ourselves and therefore say goodbye to an older self that is no longer us because we know ourselves better? I don't know. But yeah, we basically get to go to 2 stages initially. It's the meadow area and Pooh Bear's house. But after that, all the other zones in 100 Acre Wood have to be loaded in by actually collecting different torn pages. We then go through and complete the different mini games in those zones, and then the game rewards us with different items, accessories, things like that for completing each of the zones mini games, basically. But as well as that, you'll remember that Goofy actually got an ability called Cheer from beating Parasite Cage. Donald will also get a ability Cheer from another story-based boss fight. But Sora gets the ability Cheer from this world.
If only the honey tree would visit. Oh, then I could eat my fill.
So basically, Pooh Bear is all on his own, bar Owl. But the 100 Acre Wood has lots of really super good items. So explore everywhere. You can get free elixirs and just have a wholesome, relaxed time with no Heartless. But as Owl explains, he's like, if you want to know what happens next, you have to go to the different worlds and get the torn pages and then come back and, fill in the book. But luckily, we found the different torn pages, so we've now unlocked the honey tree, which is just over and up here. But as I was saying, Sora will actually get the cheer ability by achieving certain high scores in these 100 Acre Wood minigames, which we're going to do basically every time. So don't worry, I'll be explaining what the score is and how to get there. This first one is basically a jumping puzzle. You have to get Pooh to the top of this tree to collect lots of honey. And you have to get a score of over 100 anyway. But I'll double check for you now.
Pooh, where are you? It's me, Piglet.
And in fairness, Sora would be staggeringly tall and terrifying. But yeah, we have to get over 100 licks of honey from this minigame, which isn't hard at all. On the second minigame, we have to get a point total of 150 in Block Tigger. We have to throw Pooh 40 yards using the swing.
I was just never mind.
We have to break a giant pot within 30 seconds. And we have to find all his friends in like a scavenger hunt in...
Don't be scared. You're looking
Like-
for Pooh, right?
Oh yeah, in less than 5 minutes.
You know, Pooh. Oh, you see, I have something for him. I have to take it to Pooh right away. Oh, Pooh!
Oh, I believe I smell a delicious something. A something like honey.
Pooh!
Hello, Piglet. How have you been?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I thought you'd gone away. I brought what you asked for.
Thank you, Piglet. Now I can finally have some honey.
Really? But how?
I shall hold on to the balloon and fly like a bee up the honey tree, see?
What if you take their honey? Won't the bees be angry?
Oh,
Yeah, so basically we need to get 100 licks in this minigame. And what we're also going to do for this world is to equip a really long keyblade. So we're going to equip the Pumpkin King because we need the longest keyblade we can, which is the Pumpkin King, to make sure other minigames aren't so bad. But basically Owl explains you have to kind of hop up and Pooh will go to the different hollows in the tree and he'll try and eat some honey, but then if he stays there too long, bees will come attack and it's Sora's job to like swat them away to keep the balloon from popping. But as I say, all we need to do is get 100 licks, which is not going to be that hard. So minigame 1 is a score of 100, minigame 2 is a score of 150, minigame 3 is a score of 40 yards, minigame 4 is a score of 30 seconds, and minigame 5 is a score of under 5 minutes. And there's another way to track if your score is good enough. But yeah, basically we've 3 minutes, and every time you swat away the bees, you get 10 points. So obviously you have a much better control of the camera angle than I did there. I don't know what I was doing. But like the bees do tend to just give you a little bounce up to like the nearest what you call it, branch. But like you also can miss a go. Like you just need to get over 100. But let me show you the best thing to do. So just jump to there and kind of wait. When Pooh gets to that one that's just above us, you kind of stand beside him on that branch. And then after that, it's literally just stay on that branch and hit Pooh, or hit the bees to protect Pooh. If that's all you need to do, then is just stay on the branch that's just above us to the right. But look, if you swap those ones, you actually get jumped up to that next branch. And here is really where we're going to just stay. We're not going to move too much. It might bounce us to the next branch, but we just have to hop back to that other branch there. So just carefully, and you can glide, because some of the minigame zones mess up your shared abilities, like you're not able to glide, you're not able to do the high jump. So just be aware of that. But you can glide for this minigame. And now at this point you'll see we've sped up a bit, purely because all we have to do is just stay on this this branch and attack. And as I say, every single time we get a hit, we get an extra 10 points added to the honey score. So we're over 100 now. We've gotten there. But obviously, if we hadn't had that pop, we would have had even more honey, even more points. But as I say, we're easily over the 200 mark, so not a bother. And what's really sweet as well is that you get a really cute cutscene with Pooh depending on how well you do in each of these mini-games. And when you do really well, you get this cutscene.
It is rather funny what I will do for honey.
For completing the minigame, once, whether you get the high score or not, you get the Nature Spark item, which is basically another summon gem. And what I do like about the whole situation with the Pumpkin King now is that, just like the start of the game, our HP and MP are like perfectly in sync. It's rare that you end up getting that. The next area is Rabbit's Garden, and I put it in super speed purely because you're actually guaranteed an elixir. It's just randomly in one of these pumpkin or cabbage patches. So just pull up all the vegetables and you should be able to get some items. So it's a handy way to farm for elixirs. You have the potential of getting an elixir. So I end up pulling enough of them anyway, and we get potion and elixir there. But on to the next bit of story. So yeah, there is somebody in the rabbit hole, but he doesn't want Pooh Bear to visit. Poor rabbit, just wanting peace and quiet. So, yeah, Rabbit basically says he's all out of honey, but us being nosy packers, you can actually lock on around the room, and you can actually see the honey jar there, examine it, and Pooh Bear eats some honey, as he is wont to do. And once Pooh Bear starts, there's no stopping him. So you're kind of like, all right, that's a quick story bite. I guess I'll just head out. But unfortunately, once you go to leave, Piglet calls out to you because we're in trouble. Pooh Bear has gotten stuck. This is like the battle theme, if there can ever be a battle theme for 100 Acre Wood. You're just in a panic. Pooh Bear is stuck, and we're gonna need to figure out a way to get him unstuck, because poor old Rabbit won't want him stuck there forever. I think Pooh Bear eating honey is what got you stuck there.
name's Tigger. T-I-double-G-R. That spells Tigger. Well now, I don't think I've ever seen you before.
Hello, Tigger. You've just bounced my new friend, Sora.
Hey, Pooh. Say, you're looking mighty uncomfy today. Is that some new exercise? Why, bouncing around is a lot more fun.
Well, why do you bounce around so much, Tigger?
Why? 'Cause bouncing's what Tiggers do best. Speaking of which, my bouncing spot has gone and disappeared. So for now, this will be my new bouncing ground.
So basically now our goal is to protect the carrots from Tigger's bouncing. So Al is going to give us another tutorial. Basically it's similar to, I suppose, like what's that game? Just like Keepy Uppy. Like you've just to basically keep Tigger in the air and keep him from crushing the carrots. And basically they have to be jumped on twice for them to be considered not protected. And like unusable for poor Owl Rabbit. So we can basically run with the rush command, but there's actually a secret point multiplier you can do. And the game doesn't tell you this. So if you actually jump and meet Tigger in the air and hit him while you're jumping, you get more points. But obviously it's basically like a multiplier, so it's the amount of things you blocked versus the amount of times you blocked versus the amount of carrots you saved. But you get bonus block points if you jump and block Tigger in the air. So there we got like 1 point for just normally blocking him. 2 points. 3. But then see, when I jumped we got way more points. So if you can actually like catch him in the air, it's well worth it getting way more points. So as I say, we need to get 150 points minimum for that quote-unquote high score. But see, then now I start getting panicked because I'm out of sync now. But again, they need to be bounced on twice for them to be considered not saved and not calculated, you know? But that one is now not saved, as is that one. Uh-oh. We just need to make sure 10 are saved. Oh dear. But again, it's number of times you block Tigger, but that jump gave us like 3, so that was essential, I think. So 17 times 14 is well over 150, so we're fine.
Oh, what's going on? Nobody keeps up with Tiggers. Maybe there's something wrong with my
But please
tail.
leave a comment if you knew about the jump giving you more bonus points, because I only learned that very, very recently, so I'll be happy to pass on that knowledge, those secrets of the 100 Acre Wood mini games. But that's 2 down, 3 to go. But yeah, a little short cutscene now where we basically feed Pooh Bear his carrot top juice. And now apparently he's all slimmed down. And we can just give him one quick push. Boop. I think you used a bit too much force there, Sora. Poor old rabbit. We just ruined his peaceful life, really.
Bother. Oh, where am I? It's ever so dark in here. Well, it isn't so bad, I suppose. There is plenty of honey.
Sorry if we were a little light on commentary, guys. It's just that you really chill world with no fighting and just mini games. So it's like, this is how you do the mini game well. Shin shin. But this one is now Pooh's Swing. And I really like this one purely because we actually get a magic upgrade. Super nice. So you'll notice actually, at the moment we have the Fire, Blizzard, Thunder at tier 2. We have Cure by tier 2. We also got Gravity by tier 2 from Halloween Town. But we've not gotten our Aero tier 2 or our Stop tier 2. And I'm after giving a little spoiler. One of those is going to be from here, but then the other one is actually from the Yellow Trinities, which we don't unlock until we get the Hercules Cup finished, which we have actually to do the Hercules and the Pegasus Cup in Olympus. So that's basically going to be the episode after we finish up with these mini games in the 100 Acre Wood. We basically need to zip, zap, zoom through the other 2 mini games, and then we'll be able to go to the Colosseum and do some Heartless fights. Olympus gives us so many rewards, to be honest. They give us like a bunch of new Keyblades, new Trinity, experience, magic spell upgrades, and magic spells. It's just great. It's just a really good world. Good bit of crack. Now the really sad thing, and not that I would ever do it, but like you can actually like let Eeyore just like go down the stream, and he's like, oh well, I'll just get my own self out, so I'm glad to see no one cares. And like, I feel like you would have to just get a game over because you clearly have turned into a Heartless, because that's just awful. Why would you let Eeyore just go downstream? But basically, the long and short of this issue is that Eeyore can't find his tail, and we have to go find his tail for him now. And we are such good beings that we're like, yes. And then Owl's basically like, listen, I have a trebuchet. Let's launch the bear from atop the hill, and maybe as he flies through the sky, we'll find it. That's not actually what he says, but I feel like he just wants to send Pooh flying for all that shenanigans of destroying Rabbit's house. But what is super nice is that like all the different like friends from all the different pages do just come along to all the different parts of the world. So like we only had Pooh at the beginning, Pooh and Owl, like Pooh at the very first zone. Owl appeared with Pooh at his house. Then Piglet was at the honey tree, then Rabbit and Tigger at Rabbit's house, and now Eeyore here. It's just hella wholesome. And basically when you're bringing Pooh there, he can actually walk by particular honey pots. Now I'm not entirely sure if that matters, but I do think if he eats honey pots, Pooh is actually like heavier, and he doesn't travel as far, I think. Don't quote me on it. But I think I have found that he doesn't travel as far if like he eats a bunch of honey along the way. But basically, ski-daddle him up to the top of this this hill, and we can basically launch Pooh Bear. I had to pause the game briefly because I got a call. So if you see the pause flash up, yeah, don't worry about it. I just was like, oh, sorry. But basically, the aim of this game is to just press R1 when Owl like stretches out his wings. But if you do it, he'll tell us here, but like if you do it too early, he won't go far at all. And if you do it too late, he goes super far. And the trick is to get the game, like the game success one. It's one of the rare occasions where the high score criteria is not the same as the story progression criteria. Like most of the time, the game doesn't care. If you like got the high score, it'll still progress the story. Whereas the issue with this one is you need to get 40 something of a distance. You need to launch him basically out of the storybook nearly. But in order to get the story to move on, we need him to fall and break Eeyore's house. But thankfully, I think this is like a Final Mix exclusive. you're able to just talk to Pooh and he's like, oh, we tried this again. Because I have memories of like dragging that stuffed animal up and down the hill, all because I wasn't getting the like distance of 40 that I needed for like the high score. But whenever he raises his wings, just press the R1. And then 28's your magic number for story progression. But what we need then is to do this story again and actually launch him farther. But that's going to be all the mini games for this part. I'm going to have the second part and the conclusion of the 100 Acre Wood at the next episode. So thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment if you knew about the jumping Tigger mechanic or if any other tips I gave were useful. And yeah, thanks so much for all the support with this series, and I'll catch you at the next episode. Have a good one.